Yeah, we suffered enough earlier on in our games. It's time to return the favor. Oh man.
All right, so it does look like in real time we're getting kicked off, so we will be looking at this race very soon. You know, we always like to play this game. What do you think our first skill of the match is going to be here?
It's been a while since I've seen this, so I'd really like a charge jump, no wall interaction opener. Let's make him do BRB without wall interaction.
That 1 energy, 3 health BRB with no wall interaction.
Yeah.
There we go. Man, it's faster to go back up the left side, but I have to damage boost for it.
And like landing on those tiny vertical pillars. Oh my goodness. All right.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, all right, here we go. So we have Team Skillless on the top of your screen and then Team Heck in the bottom. Then, of course, the trackers are going to be updating those skill and tree wheels in the center between the two runners' screens. So we can make sure to keep feeding you guys that information on and throughout. And wow, I really like this early EXP and then a good number of the runners using that to actually break a bunch of brambles. This does save a tiny bit of time if you don't find something like Charge Flame or Stomp or Charge Jump to be able to work your way through those to get into BRB a little bit quicker. But no Keystone for the first pickup, Sig.
Yeah, that's right. And a Sunstone shard on the second pickup kind of starts to indicate that we're probably going to see a skill start, which pushes us into Blackroot. Instead of 2 Keystones, but we have 2 pickups left, there's a chance that they both just fell there and we got unrelated, useless stuff else. So we'll have to see as they get over there. Team Skillless coming out with about a 0.5 second lead because they broke the brambles down to BRB slightly more optimally. I mean, we see Shed in the front, but that's because he actually forgot he didn't do that. Or he didn't realize that he got experience because he was spamming color shift on and off way too much at the start.
Oh, man. Yeah, okay. And so we're going to see these next 2 pickups. In the top right and bottom right, we're going to see the first check. And it's going to be Bash. Oh my goodness.
Everybody is now hoping that the second pickup is something that doesn't make them now Frankie Walk. But it could be a forced Frankie Walk for 1 pickup. And Grenade has shown up, so we now have basically the entire world open to us. But we're going to have to go to Blackroot first, because that was a lie. We don't have the entire world open to us.
Wow, and 179 experience, it looks like, from that water swim. So that's actually really nice, because they're not going to have to do like lots of kills on this slime to be able to get through. And ooh, that 1 Keystone is actually going to be pretty prevalent. Like somebody on one of the teams could just Alt-R if that bottom pickup ends up being a Keystone and then get that early split. 1 person going into Glades, 1 person going into BRB. And so they can feed their teammate a little bit of extra information. But as you mentioned, like Bash Grenade is probably one of the most opening up starts. All they need is some bit of progression, whether it's a bunch of Keystones as a resource or like 4 energy or even something like Stomp to be able to get access to the right side of the map. And then that really drastically opens up the item pool. For the next possible skill.
We have a second Keystone showing up in the roof of Blackroot, so there is that option of going over to left Glades already, and that's very dense on pickups, so it's likely that people will head there pretty soon. But it also makes sense to just have everybody complete Blackroot right now, because you have Bash Grenades, so it's basically as fast as can be, pretty much.
Right, that's a really good point. And ooh, Oshi taking a bit of a level up. Probably wanted to bash off of that spider to be able to get over this orb, but just sets up a nice grenade chain to be able to work his way over. In the top right, Meldon is actually going to get this first check on this lantern pickup here. We light up the lantern.
This is actually a mapstone. Both teams actually did that before while they were sneaking into Blackroot.
Oh, nice. Okay, I missed that. Thank you, Sig.
Ooh, bit of a death for Rory. This Blackroot has been causing a little bit of problems for all of our runners. I think Meldon's was smooth, but everybody else has had some troubles on missed Bash Grenades or something like that. Oshi has gotten his orb, gotten his 1 experience orb down there and Alt-A'd out. Meldon is re-entering from that. Rory actually has great progress in here as well, coming back in the top, and Shed on an Alt-R as well. So Skill is just having a bit better of a start here after a couple falls and such from Team Heck.
Yeah, and I like this play from Rory in the top left, just using a Bash Grenade chain instead of waiting for the orb and then riding up the platforms to be able to get to that lever.
My god, Shed just took a gigantic death. He was trying to get the mapstone that's up in the tree at the spawn and got stomped by the Frankie, and now he went back to a save that was pre-picking up the orb in Blackroot. And Oshi as well still has to pick up this orb. So this lead from Skillless is actually kind of significant. This is already like at least a minute ahead, which is crazy for this early game. But this is what these kind of awkward starts can do to you sometimes.
Yeah, not like it's so crazy because in the beginning of the game in the vanilla playthrough, like the first skill you get is wall jump, which is wall interaction. But then the randomizer, especially in bash grenade seeds, it can really bury that really far down the number of checks our runners have to do to be able to find it. So it could just turn out that a lot of these sort of awkward movements is what is going to be the norm. But Shed in the bottom right, finding Charge Flame as he works his way over to Charge Flame tree itself, and then he is going to be able to activate this tree, which is a required objective before he's able to start and finish the final escape.
Yeah, this is about the time that you breathe a sigh of relief that you're playing shards, not clues, because if you were some kind of deranged individual, you could take the skills that Shed currently has as go mode.
Oh my god. That would be so awful. Like you would have to get a bit more health, but oh man, that is true. Oh jeez, I don't even want to think about that.
It's horrifying. All right, so Blackroot has been, basically completed. Meldon, I didn't see what the ability cell in the main room was, but he kept it. It's really fast to get out of there with Bash Grenade. Could have just been, something that was sort of nice, like an ability cell or whatever. We've got Rory and Shed exploring left glades. Oh, she's going to finish up Blackroot, and Meldon is going to check out the boulder area.
Yeah, so here we go. Shed making the first person to be able to get to some of these checks in Spirit Caverns, which is a really nice dense area, especially when you have something like Bash Grenade. And nothing so far. Ooh, second energy there. That is actually quite nice. He does have the option of trying to build up his experience to a certain amount to be able to do a Frankie Walk to get access to right side as a sequence break for the logic. But they did get quite large amounts of EXP earlier in the seed, and so it could be pretty tricky, especially trying to build up experience to get close to a level up in a place like Glades.
Yeah, and the interesting thing to note is Shed got absolutely no keystones in the Spirit Caverns. And,
wow.
The presence of that 4 keystone door means that there are 4 keystones out there to open it, available in Logic right now. Which means that the world is about to get ripped open. Because either there's a ton of keystones down by the wall jump area, which he's starting to get some of them now, or there's like Stomp or something, and it's like, all right, here's access to everything. Shed does get a second Sunstone shard, unmissable there next to the Glades Mapstone. So this might be a really fast seed if the Water Vein doesn't hide on us.
Yeah, or it could be a really long seed where the seed decides to put all the Water Vein shards in Horu.
Oh, yeah. Team Skillless has had their taste of that. Oh, Shed picks up Charge Jump on the wall jump loop. That's really good.
Yeah, not very many people are going to miss that because it's really close and on the way to go to wall jump tree. So hopefully Team Skillless is also going to be able to make that check. So we're going to be keeping our eyes peeled a bit in the top left corner of your screen as Rory is going to be making that play over to the Glades, and we're going to see if he does opt to do that upper Glades check. I'm sure he will and be able to work over, but Charge Jump is also kind of nice because it gives them a different sort of approach to being able to build a lot of height. And Sig, it actually ends up opening the right side of the map, being able to go through the Charge Flame tree area and Charge Jump out of it.
Yep, and this explains where all those keystones are, because their logical access right now goes all the way to the Stomp tree. Actually, yeah, it does. Wow.
Yeah, it does. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
All right, so Shed did pick up a Water Vein shard. I think that was on the wall jump tree itself, as well as extra double jump, which would be nice if we find double jump. Rory on the top left is about to nab Charge Jump for Skillless, and man, where do you go from here? There is so much available. Looks like Shed is going to circumvent the intended path using Charge Jump to go up from Sea Flame and around through the top of the map. He's got a good experience setup, so it's time for a Frankie Walk.
I really like this play from Shed because it's like the entire right side of the map is open to them, and you only really want, in sort of this mid-game portion, to be trying to gather lots of information. And most efficient way to do that is if you have, that's right, 2 runners on the same team checking different areas. So Oshi's going to be able to go up through Hollow Grove in the Spider Sack area to be able to get right side access, whereas Shed now in Death Gauntlet is instead going to be able to automatically just head down into Moon Grotto to be able to start making work at that pick up dense location, especially with like Bash Grenade. He's going to be able to clear lots of pickups fast and hold the phone. Shed also finding a second Water Vein seed Sigma. So it's looking more and more like this is going to come down to where those important skills are. Where's wall interaction? Where's glide? Where is like a left side teleporter?
Yeah. Will they even get those skills? As you know, we're 2 shards away, and we've barely even begun the seed. It's only 3 trees that have been accessed so far. So stomp, double jump, good options. You could sequence break to the left side right now, but I wouldn't expect anybody to do that just yet. We'll see Shed probably pick up the Grotto TP here, and then he could go up towards the Swamp Loop, Grove, and Stomp tree area, or he could head down towards Double Jump.
And it looks like he's going to opt to head downwards, pulling up a save anywhere. He only has a maximum energy of 2, so he's going to spend 2 energy right there to open up the glide vault, as we like to call it. And then he's going to use that save anywhere to be able to enter this cutscene and skip through. But ooh, Shed having a little bit of trouble, maybe ended up saving a little bit late. No, okay, nice. He's able to make it over to the Water Vein and get that check. And it is Swamp Teleporter, so that's actually working out pretty well in favor for Shed, right? Going through Spider Sack area would get you access to that Swamp Teleporter. Now he doesn't have to go out of his way to be able to get over there. Instead, he can just teleport over there once he wants to get access to Ginso Tree.
Yeah, for his part, Rory has gone on the intended path of the seed, not using the Frankie Walk to break out of the sequence like Shed did, but he's had a fair bit of trouble grabbing this experience orb up above Charge Flame. Without wall interaction, it's a tricky grenade sequence. He does get it, just the Spirit Flame upgrade, so he'll be able to progress on, but he did kind of lose a little bit of time here. Shed, interesting. He went into the glide vault. He couldn't get out of the water because he has no wall interaction. It was just experience, but he kept it, so I wonder maybe his save was a little bit too far back, or maybe he just wants ability points.
Yeah, and we're going to see him head right back into Grotto, most likely going to be heading on down into that nice area. There's a bunch of like plants, and then also it expects you to have like double jump in this area to be able to get around, and they have the next sort of like dimension of verticality with like charge jump and bash grenade. So going to be able to make a lot of checks in the left side of Grotto really quickly, but then also be able to get around into double jump tree fairly quickly.
Yeah. Now, an important thing to note is Shed has completed the Water Vein. There was another one on top of the glide wall, which makes sense why he didn't want to just die in the water there, because he definitely needed that pickup. So Ginso Tree is open as well now, and if you have enough keystones to venture in there, there are a lot of pickups that they can access.
Yeah, and Sigma, look at this. Water Vein Shard for Rory in the top left in that grenade-gated pickup, but he also found Double Jump. It is in Spider Sack area, so this is actually a form of like pseudo-wall interaction. Every single time you run into a wall or land on the ground, you end up refreshing Double Jump. So we can kind of use it to have some sustain in the air, as well as be able to get that little bit of height and then also be able to work off of walls. So maybe not wall jump or climb, which our runners are hoping for, but it can make do for now in the mid game.
Yeah. Grotto Teleporter showed up as well in Valley Entrance. Oshi found that. Rory's going to find that right now. So, you know, Oshi will probably want to just go through the Frankie Walk area once he has 4 energy, because there was a Water Vein Shard right along the way there. But this does give him an option to get into Grotto quickly without doing that. You know, that kind of thing doesn't show up. So, you know, Oshi will probably find Double Jump pretty soon since he's going through the Spider Sack area, and it looks like Rory and Meldon are going to take that Grotto Teleporter that was in Valley Entry and use that to split up. Meldon will continue Spider Sack exploration. Rory will head to Grotto and follow up on some of the checks that Shed has done.
All right, and now, yep, Shed in the bottom right is going to be checking a few pickups down here. Doesn't have quite 4 energy. There is a bit of a sequence break you can do known as a save drop to be able to check these final 2 pickups, but it's not going to be really easy to do. So we'll see if Shed does make that play, but Shed finding the 5th Water Vein Shard on the map. So every single Water Vein Shard that could be possibly found is known to all of our runners, except that last one in the grenade-gated area for Oshi, but Oshi is probably going to find that soon.
Yeah. And if that's not the screaming Ginso, I don't know what is.
Yeah, so our runners also still, like, keystones are going to be a really important resource for the runners, right? Having all these skills as well as just right side access is going to be a lot of keystones to be able to get around. Luckily, they had charge jump, so they didn't have to use the 4 key door to be able to get access to the spider sack area. However, right, like all of the trees pretty much on right side of the map require keystones. But wow, Shed in the bottom right finds Dash at the energy cell on the way to double jump tree. That is a really nice location.
This is like time to go. Oshi's found double jump. Shed's found dash. You know, they have bash, grenade, they have charge jump. It's like pure madness. Rory's finished the water vein for his team, having checked the Death Gauntlet roof now, so they're evened up on that. Oh, Shed takes a death, and oh, it's not too bad. He has a save right there, so that's all right. But wait, is there a Sunstone Shard left to go? Their tracker has 3. Oh my gosh. Shed found the completed Sunstone as well, apparently, so we may not see those wall interactions showing up at all. We might just see the trees and the finish to the seed.
Yeah, and here we go. We're going to see how much more digging our runners opt to do before they decide to just go with what they got and try and get access to all of the trees as fast as possible.
Oh my god. Oshi found Stomp as you're talking there.
What is this seed, dude? Oh my goodness.
He's not even trying to dig. He's just trying to like go get the stuff Shed's found. It's like, oh, here's more skills. Take more skills. So Shed probably wants to go grab double jump. I don't even know if you get Stomp here, honestly. It adds cutscenes to the game, and you have a gazillion other skills. And we're 15 minutes in. This could just be an execution rush to the finish already.
Yeah, this is so crazy. And Shed found a lot of ability cells in Grotto, so going to be able to work his way up to that charge dash is going to be really, really nice. And they have Bash, right? So like Misty, Sorrow, all these areas are doable. The last thing that they could really want to find to speed the seed up is Glide. Glide makes Sorrow completely free, and that's about it. That's the only thing that they could really want.
Speaking of Sorrow, Meldon picked up the Sorrow teleporter in the Hollow Grove area. So they have that as well. Don't even need to like mess around too much in there.
Yeah, that could be actually potentially very big. Without Glide, Sorrow can be a really tricky area to be able to navigate and requires some pretty tricky chains and like double bash strats and what have you. But with Stomp, that mitigates some of them, but they don't really have wall interaction to be able to snake through off of Sorrow teleporter. So it will be interesting to see if our runners find wall jump or climb. That could actually be a really defining thing. And every single death is going to add up at this point, Sig, because as you mentioned, it's now coming down to execution.
Yeah, and to note, it does look pretty good for Team Heck here because Shed found Dash earlier than Team Skillless did. They do have it now, of course, but Shed, remember, had issues with Blackroot at the start, and he did not actually get the Dash tree himself yet, so he still has to go back in for that. Shed is going to pick up that Sora teleporter as well, so I wasn't sure if Oshi found it on his first pass through there, but they definitely know about it, so we've basically got parity on everything except Rory and Meldon need to find one more Sunstone Shard from the looks of things, and I feel like there was just one along the way somewhere.
Yeah, and so right now, Shed going up to 7 health, so that's going to be a very comfortable position for him. Like, it can be really scary, especially in the later portions where you're trying to be able to get through certain areas if you have to damage boost through them. But Shed with the 7 health, which is kind of like the golden number where you can breathe a sigh of relief, is going to be very comfortable going through. But it looks like Shed's going to be the first person to go into Ginso tree, Sig.
Yeah, I think at this point, all that Shed's going to do is he's going to check the convenient stuff to try to make things easier, such as, you know, all the keystones on the way towards the bash, and then he's just going to take his Sorrow TP and go left side. Like, there's not really much left to look for. And speaking of things left to look for, Meldon picks up the Sunstone Shard over in left grotto, so now Team Skillless has full knowledge of the Sunstone, and let's see, you know, how much more people look at, really. It's just about time to just start ignoring pickups, aside from very convenient ones, and finish the game.
All right, and we're going to see exactly how that goes. Meldon on the right is now going to be heading over for his dash pickup himself, while as Rory now heading over to Ginso Tree. So he's going to be entering that and tracing the steps of Shed. Shed, not really finding much in Ginso so far in the bottom right, but he's going to continue to progress on through. He has to redirect a shot and then take out a mini boss really quickly, and then there's 4 more pickups right before Bash Tree. So will be interesting to see, does he Alt-R to exit right after he collects Bash Tree, maybe checks some extra stuff. We are going to find out. But now, in the bottom left, Oshi finds his dash pickup.
Yeah, and something interesting to note, Rory was at the Ginso tree and decided to actually switch it up and go to Soro, so maybe he's could be short on keystones or something like that. I'm kind of can't quite see his count, so but that could be a reason to just do the left side trees. You'll probably find a keystone along the way, and then you'll be able to go to Ginso with 4 keystones in hand.
Wow, Rory's showing off how comfortable he is. No wall jump, no climb, but just being able to use double jump to scale some of these walls. It's a lot harder than it looks. And ooh, so low in health, but is able to get into the notch. And now nice plinks that jump button followed by a stomp to be able to break that wall. And Shed in the bottom right is going to check that pickup, and he is continuing up Ginso tree save.
That could be a fatal mistake here. I mean, even if he does find wall interaction here, how much time does it save? Like, what? I mean, glide would be nice, but you have sword TP, so I don't know. It's a little questionable to continue looking, I think, right now.
Yeah, maybe one or both of his teammates are maybe not feeling as comfortable to be able to get through these areas, so they're trying to shore up some important resources for them. But Rory has used that Sorrow TP to great effect. Has Charge Jump Tree activated and finished, so that is 1 tree less that he's going to have to go for now, but only on 3 keystones is he going to be able to find more, because of course going through Ginso Tree requires 4 keystones to be able to get through, but the rest of the team looks like they are doing well on keystones, except for maybe Shed, who just went into Ginso Tree itself.
Yeah, that's right. He did find wall jump up in that section past Bash, so that's basically the best thing he could have found. But, you know, I don't know if it was worth the time investment, basically. Oshi did check a couple kind of quick pickups on his way down to Light Grenade, but is not going to be doing the full clear of Black Root. It's tree time. He's just going to be getting that. And I think right now Skillless is in the lead on this tree collection. We'll see a bunch of pop-ups for this. That's the 5th tree for Meldon there, getting Glide. Oshi's going to get one right now as well. Looks like tree number 5 for him as well. And Shed will let us know which tree he's on as he gets charge jumped. There's just trees everywhere. Number 5.
All right, so it looks like all of our runners are actually very close in the progress that they've been able to make through. Of course, Team Skillless getting that left side access a little bit quicker and is progressing through. Shed, now having Charge Jump Tree, he's going to be heading back to Sorrow to be able to get access to Valley and then head down to Misty for those 2 tree locations. And so we're going to see how quickly he's able to get through that. And Oshi in the bottom left, making the play for Ginso. And a very important question, Sig, is does Oshi also go for wall jump? I mean, having that information, as you mentioned, is kind of a double-edged sword. How much time does wall jump actually save, right? They're kind of banking on their opponents to be able to make a mistake from not having wall jump, rather than actually saving any time having the wall jump pick up itself.
Yeah, we'll see when he gets to the Bash tree. It could have just also been a matter of, like, you know, getting overwhelmed by how quickly Go Mode snuck up on them and being like, yeah, of course we'll check this, it's doubles. Here is Rory is about to grab the feather, so we'll see. I think this might be number 6 for him. And it is number 6. Okay. So when Shed grabs the feather, we're going to be at 11. Oh, wait, no, Meldon just got climbed. So that's 12 trees for Skillless. We'll be at 11 for Heck as Shed grabs his feather here.
Wow. And also say, I mean, Rory does have those 4 keystones, but he still needs 2 more to be able to get access to the Stomp Tree, right? It's so insane. Like, in these really fast seeds, you want to skip pickups and go, go, go. But, like, keystones can really decide how a match is going to be able to unfold. And I can't really remember if Team Heck was able to find any keystones on their way to Bash Tree. So we're going to see how this resource plays out. But 1 keystone for Rory, he only needs 1 more to be able to finish out.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that there was a keystone in Misty. I'm not sure if he already got it, but I know I saw Shed's count go up as he went through here. But actually, Rory's ahead of Shed. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I think he did get that one. Yeah.
Yeah, still checking that, because, you know, 1 keystone would just save him oodles of time, because having the dupe on his remaining doors is just horrible. Oshi has just gotten to the Bash tree, so that's 12 for Team Heck and Skillless is grabbing 2 trees together, so that's 14 for them.
Yeah, here we go. In the bottom left, Oshi is opting to go for that wall jump. So going to be spending that time for that skill. We're going to see if this ends up giving Team Skillless a little bit of an advantage as they are progressing through. Will be very, very important as all of our runners are very, very close on tree count. So as we enter the end portions of this run, like who is going to be heading into Horu first? Who is going to be able to get through that final escape with what they have?
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, with seeds like this, especially in doubles, it's kind of hard sometimes to get your triple jump ultra defense, stuff like that. I'm not sure how deep into the ability tree everybody is right now, but they do have lots of health. Really, the only person on kind of low health is Oshi, but with Stomp and Bash, this is definitely a doable escape. And because he has wall jump, it's easy to stall for stuff. But, you know, I feel like that wall jump pickup might just be kind of the death of Team Heck here, because Skillless is, I don't think, going to need it.
Yeah, they are plowing right on through, and Meldon and Rory about to both have their light grenade tree collected. Meldon does have that done, so he's going to be heading to the waypoint to head to the next location, and Rory finds a keystone on light grenade tree. Rory, only 2 trees remaining before he can head to and start the final escape, and Meldon, I believe, is very close behind, if not the same amount.
Yeah, I think they're both at 8 now, so that's 16 trees total for them. And in all of this excitement, I have no idea how many are left for Skillless, but they are a little bit behind on this tree collection. That's all that's left. Oshi grabbing tree number 7 right there. I think this is going to be tree 8 for Shed on Light Grenade. So they're just tree number 9. Actually, we're tied 16 trees apiece.
Yeah, that re-entry into Blackroot Burrows, he already had done the orb stuff, and he was able to get to Dash Tree in time. So not too much time loss from Shed having to revisit BRB, because Light Grenade is just so close to that location. And Shed is going to be heading to Stomp Tree, which I believe is his final one, and Oshi is going to be heading over to...
He's got to get the Suro TP. He's going here for that, and then he's going to go left.
Oh, wow. Yeah, left side trees are going to take a good chunk of time, because being able to get through Sorrow is quite time costly. Being able to grab the tree and then head back out to be able to get access to the rest of the valley. Whereas Meldon and Rory have already done all of that, and they are over here now, both about to collect the Stomp Tree itself. Meldon checking an extra pickup just in case, Glide is there to make final escape completely free, and then is going to activate the tree. And boom, 9 trees for Rory. Looks like 9 trees for Meldon as well, so that is up to 18. And Shed is going to be the first person to hit 10 trees save. So this could be the advantage that Team Heck is looking for, to be able to try and get a bit of a lead, because the person who's able to finish the seed first is going to be really, really crucial. But Meldon and Rory are so close together, so Oshi is going to have to be able to speed through.
Yeah. Shed is on his way to Horu. He's just got to teleport to Swamp and finish up there. As Oshi's working on those left side trees, we've got Rory and Meldon both going for Ginso. I think, yeah, this is their last tree is Bash for both of them. 18 now for Shed Oshi. How fast can Oshi do this left side, and how quickly can Shed do this final escape? Will he be able to give Oshi enough of a berth against the kind of synced finish that's shaping up for Skillless?
The nice thing for Oshi is all the skills he needs to be able to quickly get through Misty. The only thing he has to do is be able to escape this Sorrow TP one more time to be able to head down the Feather Tree, and then after collecting that, head over. But as you mentioned, this is still minutes before Oshi is going to be able to join his fellow compatriot in the final escape. Whereas Rory and Meldon maybe have a minute or so until they are able to collect their final tree. So it's going to be really intense. And this race right now is way too close to call. And one more important note is Team Skillless does not have wall jump. So if they struggle at all in the final escape, that's going to buy Oshi more than enough time to be able to catch up.
Yeah, the most worrisome part for them will be entering the elemental room with their current skills. If they kind of get caught up and lose too many of their jumps off the wall, then they can fall into the fire and start taking damage. You need to keep some health left for that swim at the end. So we'll see how that goes. That's Rory finishing his trees. He's at tree number 10 as Shed enters the final escape. He's got to nail this, I think. This is this is like so crazy close. I think Skills might be just a little bit ahead because Oshi has to do all of Mist. So Shed really needs to just, you know, get through this escape as fast as possible. Give Oshi as much time on that average.
All right, Oshi collecting tree 9 of 10. He is going to be heading into Misty now to be able to get on through. Rory, having finished all the trees, and Meldon very close behind, are going to be heading to the final escape, while Shed in the bottom right is now in the sequence. He's going to be bashing off these lanterns to be able to progress on through. Nice stomp there, and is able to get through the wall. Gets past that elemental room that we're going to be wanting to watch Team Skillless tackle in a little bit, and he is going to the poison water. Can he do fish strats? Well, he has a ton of health to be able to try and set this up safe.
Yeah, and this is definitely the strat you want to go for here. It makes the last room, you know, would be a little bit annoying. Oh, he messes up his fish strats though. Kuro's alive, and he's got to take a death.
Wow, that is a big death for Team Heck. And this is all coming down to this, where Rory now is entering Mount Horu. How many tries is it going to take him to go through Door Warp in the top left? And he gets it first try save, and so he is going to be joining Shed in the final escape before he's able to dot done. It's so crucial that Shed is going to be able to get through this part. He has barely enough energy to make this work. Okay, bashing the fish now in the bottom right, and he's bringing it up. Nice, bringing it up extra high. Getting over. Okay, he gets it second try. So Shed is going to be the first to finish their final escape. And Oshi now, just activating his final tree, is going to be heading over. But Meldon now is about to enter Horu. This is so close.
Yeah, so basically how it has to go down here is Rory's going to finish second most likely, and then the difference between Shed and Rory is going to have to be the difference between Meldon and Oshi. And it really looks to me that, like, Skillless is ahead here, but they might have some trouble here. Remember, Shed did take a death in the last room, so let's watch Rory as he goes for his fish strats. He's bringing that fish up. He cannot afford to lose it. He kind of messed up a bash there. He managed to get out of the water using his health. He's bashing it up. He gets the rocket jump. He's done. He just has to hold right. Meldon is door warping, but he's not. He did not get it immediately, and Oshi is coming in fast towards Horu.
I think this is it. At this point, this is so close for Team Heck. If Oshi can just get one clean final escape and get past Door War pretty quickly, this is going to spell victory for them in this first game. And Meldon still cannot get through Door Warp.
He's getting infinited by Door Warp. Oshi's coming in fast. He's going to be in there right away. Meldon he's got his Door Warp, but Oshi is right behind him now. This is not time to validate. Oh my.
No, don't check it. If Climb was there, I swear to God, if that was Climb, I would have just... I would have laughed so hard.
Oh, he's 1 point off Ultra Defense. That's why he checked it. He wanted Ultra Defense.
Oh.
And he almost got it, but not quite. Fortunately, he has like approximately 2 gazillion health, so I think he'll be okay without it. But Oshi is door warped now. And I think if Oshi first tries this escape, it's going to be a Team Hack win.
And having wall jump here, Sig, is definitely going to make the final escape a lot more manageable for Oshi in that final elemental room. So it all comes down to this. Meldon needs a clean final escape to be able to bring his team back into this race. But if Oshi is just able to get through here at a methodical pace, that time differential of just under 1 minute is going to be enough to bring his team victory, because Meldon definitely is not a minute ahead of him.
Yeah, that's right. So it's, Meldon, basically he has to finish this first try here and hope that Oshi doesn't. Remember, Shed did take a death here at the end. Oshi, he took a fire hit. He does not have Ultra Defense.
He doesn't have the health! He has to restart the final escape! Oshi! Meldon just crossing the finish line! Oshi has to be able to get through this final escape in less than a minute. If he cannot, that's actually it! That's Skillless taking up the first game in this best-of-3 series. Oh my goodness sake.
Okay, Oshi, back to the switchback part. This is where he dipped into the fire before. He also doesn't have great health. Like, he cannot mess around with this fish. He has to bash it out cleanly. Okay, he's into the water. He's got the stomp in. He's bringing the fish with him. 1 bash is good. 2nd bash, he's out of the water. He has the health. Can he get the rocket jump? Very careful. Gets the rocket jump.
Yes,
is it fast enough?
Was it? I don't know. I didn't watch when Meldon crossed. Oh man. Okay, hang on. I can check here. So I'll just watch for when he pulls out the feather. Okay, that's at 34 flat. Okay.
34 flat is floating with the feather, and it's a 44-second difference between Shed and Rory.
Okay.
34-44 feather pole is what we're looking for. Sign is floating over ever so leisurely.
Okay, come on, man. Oh, see the cutscenes, dude. Story time is too stressful. Say, hold me.
Oh my god.
And is it? All right, he's walking over. And
14 more seconds.
And they went by like 5 seconds. Oh my god! This is the first game of a best of 3. What is this, dude? Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. If he hops too many times with Maori, they're gonna lose. He has to just run over there. He can hop a little bit. I know he likes to hop, but in a race like this, just go. Okay,
I think he knows. I think Shed is going to let him know. Yeah, he's not hopping at all. He's just walking. And time for Oshi with a 35.06. And that does indeed look like, yep, with the averages here at the top center and bottom center of the screen, we can see indeed it was a differential of 4 seconds between these two teams for the third place match. What a race, Sig. Unbelievable.
And I just want to point out that everybody PB'd on SR in this race. The seed was so nuts that everybody got their like double shards race PB on this one. Holy smokes.
A 31.59 in a shard seed, like especially for double, that's insane. That is so insane. That's such a good time from Shed. And then Rory as well with a 32.43, and then Meldon and Oshi with really great times. This is just such a treat to have these runners perform at this level, Sig. Unreal, dude.
Wow, I can't believe what we just watched. And that was game 1. We might see the same thing in game 2, which is going to be coming up very shortly.
Yeah, folks. We're going to give our runners to take a bit of a breath as they sprinted through that last seed, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes to bring you game number 2 of this best of 3 series. See you then.
Hey everybody, we're back with game 2 of Skillless versus Heck after a nail biter finish with Team Heck winning by an average time of only 4 seconds in game. We're bringing you the second match of this where Heck is going to be looking to take third place by taking Skillless out here, but if Rory and Meldon have anything to say about it, we'll be going to game 3 tomorrow. So we're going to get back into this one. I'm Sigma, and I'm joined again by Covert Muffin for game 2.
Wow, just unbelievable. That first game was just so insanely close. One death, one slight misstep while you're trying to go through a trick or get to like your next tree, right? That could have turned the tables and completely changed the result. And so, like Skillless, although they took a loss here, this is a best of 3, as Sigma mentioned. So we are going to jump right back into the action and see how all 4 of our runners are going to be tackling this next seed, while Oshi in the bottom left is doing some dances in the prologue.
He had to get it out of his system. He couldn't hop in the last race because it was too close to be able to hop. Yeah. So, we are kicked off with game number 2. So, last seed we saw, I think, one of the craziest jet seeds we've seen in the tournament for a shard seed. Will we see the same again, or is it going to maybe slow it down a little bit and give us some more routing and not just like 30 minutes of pure execution?
Yeah, it'll be interesting, like especially after like a race as we saw last seed. It could be nice to have a bit of a slower start. We see another experience opener, so destroying those brambles or most of them, as we saw from Meldon's screen, as well as the others are going to be progressing on through. And it looks like Rory might have had a little bit of trouble or something, so it's going to be a little bit behind the rest of the runners. So this is going to put Team Heck in quite a commanding lead at the start, Sig.
Yeah, that's right. And, we see Shed improvising, adapting, and overcoming by remembering to blow up the bramble wall this time and gave it to him 2 seeds in a row. And this time he did. Better start for Heck out of the gate.
Yeah, nicely done. It's interesting, right? Like seeing those slight adjustments between game 1 and game 2 could be really, really nice, and especially like in certain areas, right? We saw the bash grenade opener without wall interaction, and all 4 of our runners had a good bit of trouble in like black root burrows being able to get through with that limited skill set. Not having wall interaction for that section was really rough, but we do see a 1 keystone at the second pickup, so very likely that we're going to see another keystone here to be able to bring our runners into glades, and indeed we do.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping for the skill start again after we got that first pickup, which was not a keystone, but, this is, well, okay, well, there's wall jump. All right, I kind of got my wish. You can now split if you want, send somebody to Blackroot and send somebody left it. That might be what Shed and Oshi are going for. Shed keeps the fake Flipper's ability cell. He's going to drop down to Blackroot. Oshi, for his part, is going to continue to left blades. Now, Meldon and Rory, what are they going to do? Meldon is already in left glades. Rory is going to keep that ability cell with an altar. It looks like he'll be following Shed into Blackroot.
All right, I love this play from both of the runners, being able to divvy up these early areas. I mean, Blackroot burrows in itself does not actually get that much quicker. Like, you can save a couple of seconds if you find something like charge jump or glide or bash grenade, but it really isn't too much time. So getting somebody in to be able to get those early checks in Blackroot burrows can help communicate that information. Say, yo, don't check this bottom pickup because it wasn't anything. It was just experience. We don't know that yet, but if it is useless, then Oshi, when he goes through that section, can actually save a couple of seconds with that information.
Yep, that's right. So we'll get that first check-in from Shed here. Of course, another really nice thing about Blackroot is you can full clear all the way up to the dash tree before you have to start worrying about other skills, whereas in left glades, it's not so true. There's a bunch of double jump gated stuff or some other kind of verticality that you could check if you had it. Of course, when you're the Blackroot player, you hope that shows up, but it was just a keystone as the first pickup. And Oshi just finding some experience hanging out above the wall jump loop so far, so we don't have our progression yet. We found the map stone though, so we'll be able to go back and put that in. Everybody's just gonna kind of be doing the same thing, but like Heck is just off to a better start, because of whatever menu issues Rory had at the beginning. Shed is leading on him and Blackroot, and Meldon is following behind what Oshi is doing here in Glades.
All right, we're going to see how that goes. Oshi turning in the map zone, not really finding much, but that is going to allow him to be able to progress through those map zone turn-ins. Because it doesn't matter where you turn them in. Map zone 2, whenever you turn that in, will get you the same pickup, regardless of which pedestal you turned it into. So in the top right, we're seeing Meldon find that map zone. We're going to see if he decides to turn that in as well. He does make that play. That is a very, very smart decision. And we are seeing Shed and Rory work their way through. So we're going to get those checks onto Dash Tree and also the pickup behind it.
Yep, that's right. There was the first health cell of the game where he finds it just now in the top left at the top of Blackroot. Oshi picked up a keystone at wall jump, so he'll be able to go into Spirit Caverns now and another keystone. Not all tearing out of here indicates that that is indeed his plan. So we may see progression in there, or we might have the nightmare scenario of more keystones that you have to go to the Charge Flame tree. Ugh.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, like, with this play. We did see a keystone at the bottom of Blackroot Burrows, and so that keystone down there might actually be required to be able to get up through that 4-key door, because it requires, like, 6 keystones to be able to get up through there.
Now here's the question. If
Sure.
you're in Oshi's shoes, if you have 3 keystones here and you know there's one on Blackroot, would you dupe on this door, or would you just dupe?
I think that's a good play. The key dupe itself requires a pretty tight setup to be able to backflip right after a turret shot comes out. And so, like, if you're unfamiliar with the setup, you could end up just burning a ton of time to be able to get through that. And you have to head into Blackroot Burrows anyway for the dash tree. So may as well do that. But second energy there, Sig, for Oshi. So are we going to see Shed make that same play that we saw in game 1 where he's going to be going for that Frankie walk to be able to sequence break into BRB? Right side.
He found Stomp on the ability cell in the main room of Blackroot, which Rory grabs as well right now. So that kind of opens up a sort of interesting out-of-sequence path. He can stomp, he can do the glitch on the boulder escape, and then he can stomp his way into Grotto if he wants. It's kind of annoying to go there without many skills, but it is an option. And as well, you definitely want to go check this experience orb when you have Stomp, because Stomp can pair with Dash to actually give you logical progression here, and you want Dash a lot.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Sagan. Like, actually finding Stomp this early kind of can give you a slight higher probability of finding Dash early. There's so, like, the number of pickups that you can actually be able to find on these areas is so low. But wow, second energy there for Shed right before Boulder Escape. So that's 3 energy on the map that we know of for certain for total. And Oshi is going to be making his way to Sea Flame Tree. And so we are going to see if that has the 4th energy, or is it going to have something like Dash where it puts this Boulder Escape that we see Shed in the bottom right going through right now.
Actually, it looks like the Dash tree itself had an energy as well, so Shed's at 3, and he hasn't gone to left glades yet, so 4 energy is in play, and that might be what you have to do. So Blackroot could be forced for everybody pretty soon here, and we see Meldon embracing the darkness. He's going to be going through Blackroot to grab Stomp. All of that energy as well as Shed. He's stomped open the peg to Grotto, and he can just carry on to Moon Grotto, foregoing that Death Gauntlet trip for now, and get some checks in here at the bottom, but it is really annoying to go into Grotto when you can't break plants and you don't have double jump.
Yeah, this is kind of wild because it opens up a few locations. Like Upper Swamp Loop has like a pickup or 2 or something like that that's in logic, but of course getting up to that Hollow Grove area from Grotto TP still is not in logic with only wall jump as their form of movement to be able to go through. But we see Shed in the bottom right heading over to the left hand portion of the map, so he is going to be heading through there, and Rory also making that play. Meanwhile, Meldon is in BRB, so he's going to be heading towards that dash jack.
Yep. Oshi has managed to collect the Charge Flame tree for his part. He found our next skill. It's Climb, so it's useless right now. But that just means Blackroot is forced. You have to come in here for progression unless you want a Frankie walk, but it seems to make more sense to just grab your 4 energy, and Stomp is very good. So we'll be able to continue from here, but this is a really painful set of skills to start with because there is a lot that you can get to, but very slowly, and leaving many pickups in those areas behind without double jump, without Charge Flame. You're just kind of like, oh gosh, these plants, these things in the roof, we've got to leave them all behind. And the routing challenge here can be delicious to watch because it's like, what do you do? Like, how do you decide when to go back places?
Yeah, and like the next pickup could be Stomp Gator, right? It could be something like Valley Entry where you can stomp that wall from the right side. But getting up to Hollow Grove Teleporter is such a huge keystone commitment. Of course, we did see Oshi head up there to be able to get that check, but we haven't really seen Team Skillless make that same play. But it looks like Rory now is going to be heading towards Spirit Caverns. Of course, we know because Oshi was in there, but there were 3 keystones in there, Sig. So it actually ended up allowing Oshi to be able to progress over to the Hollow Grove teleporter. But Rory now is going to be heading in here.
Yeah, and kind of the annoying thing for Rory here, although it's not that bad, he did ult arrow to Blackroot before he did the boulder part, so he does not have the energy cell that was there. He would be up to 4 energy now if he had done that first, but like there was no way you weren't going to have to run back into Blackroot since Stomp was in the main room, and he'll just go up, get the first look at the Sea Flame Tree, get a look at Valley Entry probably since he has Stomp, and then he'll progress from there. Something to note is Shed has turned in Mapstone 2. He picked up Clean Water, which opens up another like slew of annoying slow pickups that he'll be able to check.
Yeah, and like that's actually in logic because the Mapstone pedestal in Grotto is in logic with the 4 energy and like the wall interaction to be able to get through Death Gauntlet. So you know it could end up just being the important thing, right? The long swim that we see Shed going for in the bottom right. Is this going to be it? Is this what brings us progression? No, it's just experience.
Yeah. Rory took a brief visit into Valley Entry. He found an energy cell under the ground there, which is really good for him. It means he won't have to double back to this boulder part to get 4 energy. He'll be able to just get the Charge Flame Tree and then immediately head through the Death Gauntlet, which is, I would say, actually, is this forced? I mean, you could go out through the bottom of Blackroot on the sequence break if you wanted, but otherwise, there's nowhere to go.
There's the one pickup in Valley Entry that Rory ended up not checking, which is the horrible EXP pickup on top of the tree that you can get to with just wall jump. That could be something, but it's like it's such a time-intensive pickup to be able to go to and check, and then there's lots of slimes that are hard to dodge, and they have 3 health each, so it can be just really rough to be able to work over there. But indeed, we do see Rory heading to Sea Flame Tree. He is going to be on 4 energy as Oshi now just collecting Dash Tree for the first time. We're going to see where he opts to go to next, but Shed making the play also to go up to the Hollow Grove teleporter to be able to get to Sea Flame Tree. So he's actually putting off Death Gauntlet's sake and maybe saying, yeah, you know, there could be something here in Valley Entry. We know because Rory checked that one thing that it wasn't anything, but we're going to see what he decides to do next before he goes for that.
And I think this makes sense because Heck hadn't seen any of Valley Entry yet, but Shed's going to commit. He's going up, and if this pickup is something good, it is going to be so massive in this race, it's not even funny. Like, if this is double jump, it's almost GG, but if it's nothing, then it is just time that Shed is investing into this, and Rory made the calculated play to skip it. We see both of Skillless is moving into the Death Gauntlet. Now Meldon has to Frankie Walk because he's only managed to pick up 4 energy. He doesn't want to go all the way back over to the left, deal with finding the energy in Valley Entry or something like that. So he gets his Frankie Walk off as Rory is beginning the Death Gauntlet checks.
It's going to allow him to save there, which is definitely a nice thing. He does have Clean Water, which allows him to get through that swim, no problem. And then having the remainder of health, as well as Stomp, he's going to be able to check some extra pickups. Rory's going to be the first to make it over. He only has 1 health. Oh, man, but he's able to get past this line with some nicely timed stomps. As Shed, I don't think, found anything. It was just an ability cell.
Yeah, it was an ability cell up there. So he's going to finish up his tree progress here and then likely head towards Death Gauntlet. So after everything is kind of calmed down from this early game, we're forced to go looking through Grotto, either through the lower or upper route. We'll see. Oshi might go lower, but upper seems pretty good going through the Death Gauntlet when you have this much energy. Rory picks up Wind Restored in the water of the Glide Vault there. Right now that's useless because we don't have Glide.
Yeah, that's going to be nice, though. Like, if the seed ends up giving us Glide here, because that Wind Restored was in logic with Mapstone 2 being the Clean Water progression to be able to get access to that pickup. Like, finding Glide puts all these checks that we see Rory in the top left going for right now, because Wind Restored actually opens up a bit of the map. But both Rory and Meldon opting to not go up through Glide Vault to check that pickup up top. Another painful thing to do when you only have wall jump. So interesting choice from these runners to just kind of like streamline their progression through this linear area. And also say not opting to go up, like doing a split to have somebody go up top to be able to check the like upper swamp loop, which does, I believe, have at least one pickup, two pickups in logic.
Yeah, that's right. It is interesting. This area does kind of suck with these skills because there's a lot that they have to leave behind. But we're seeing, you know, kind of comparing where Rory and Meldon are versus Shed. We're seeing the effect of being thorough. Shed, you have Stomp, just alright, he wants to make the Frankie work for him. But Shed like alt R'd after opening the Death Gauntlet so that he could check the 4 energy door here right away off the save on the teleporter. It ended up being nothing, but between that and the Valley entry check, like we're seeing Rory and Meldon be quite far ahead, but if the next progression hides on us for a while, you know, they might end up revisiting those locations later, of course.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like, wait, can you, okay, I was like, wait, I don't think you can go up, backtrack through. Maybe he's just looking for the energy. Oh yeah, for the level up sake, he's going to try and take a level up off of this spider to be able to get access to this 4 energy door and get a check on this vault.
Yeah, that's
very
great.
Play.
You see him just saving there, of course, because he needs a full level. Like that little bit of energy won't help him. And gets experience. It gives him a level, but you can't get. Oh man, I hope the spider's enough to level him. 22 was, but the spider only drops 15.
Oh, it does?
Oh, there's a flower! The flower!
Is that? No! No! No, it's not enough sake! No, Oshi! Oh, take an EXP, Oshi.
Oh, man. He can level up this one and then go back if he wants.
Yeah. I imagine he might like make a play like that, but look at this.
He's already dead.
No!
Alright, he can get out of here if he saves right next to the edge and walks with iframes along the spikes, but looks like he's gonna try to find a respawn frog. Oh man, this is a feels pretty bad for Oshi. And he's gonna reload his file. Oh man. That feels bad.
Maybe he's just trying to make a play for that EXP in the bottom right. I think he is. Yeah. So no. You can do this with just wall jump, it's just a little bit tricky. Yeah, Oshi is like kind of struggling to figure out what to do. Meanwhile, Shed is making that play safe, going for that upper swamp loop. I did not see if he found anything yet, but in the meantime, Meldon in the top right was able to find Gumon Seal Shard number 2. So no Sunstone or Water Vein shards, but having those Gumon Seal Shards could put Forlorn in the logic, especially if they end up shoring up enough skills, as well as the Forlorn teleporter or some way to get to the left side of the map.
Oh god, not like this.
But yeah, well, in the top right, Meldon now is going to be heading up here. Is he going to make that play that Shed did to be able to check that pickup on top of the tree? Or is he not going to do that? It does look like he is heading over here for Valley entry. So yeah, we're going to see.
He's going to do it, because Rory, like, he could just be going for the energy cell. But Rory, you know, already checked that energy cell. He knew it was just an energy cell. He's going to be thorough. This is the kind of thing, it's like, the seed is just starving them out. Like, the progression here is buried and terrible. So, you know, Shed is, oh, he's gonna do this jump up so he can get towards the swamp teleporter here. But now he's departed from standard logic because that jump is deemed too nightmarish.
So what is left? Like lower Blackroot isn't in, right? They need something else like double jump or dash to be able to do that. Like Shed in the bottom right did a sequence break known as Mini Iceless. Got it pretty quickly, so nicely done from him. He's going to get access to that swamp teleporter, be able to get on through. But I'm trying to rake my brain, Sagan, and think of like what is the thing that's missing? Like Glide Vault? Did somebody check the pickup up there? I can't remember.
Nobody climbed to the top of it. And that's the only thing that I can think that nobody's done that's in logic.
Yeah, wow. Because we got the Map Zone 3 check. That was just experience. So will be interesting. Yeah, we're getting confirmation that nobody has indeed checked that health cell. So we're going to see how long it takes before that pickup ends up getting scouted out. We see Meldon on the right is going to be activating the Hologrove teleporter, while Rory in the top left is doing that swamp check. But of course we know, because Shed had already been there, that there's nothing over here to really speak about, I believe. But it could be like a crucial standpoint, like who goes to Glide Vault first.
Yeah, that's right. Clean water makes it a little more enticing because you don't have to take damage getting over there, but that climb is never enticing. It's horrible. You always want to put it off till you have more skills because it's very fast if you have any kind of verticality whatsoever, but they don't. So Shed is going to be thorough through Grove here. He might find something here, but he is out of logic, so it's not guaranteed. And as far as I know, the top of Glide Vault is guaranteed progression. Of course, cheating because I have knowledge from all 4 players.
You said, you know what I want to have happen. You know what my dream scenario in this play is?
All right, well, let's hear it.
It's going to be Glide and Glide Vault at the top, and then Frankie Walk is going to be the next. The Frankie Walk EXP is going to be the next progression.
All right, let's combine. We can make it even worse. So you do that, you get double jump, and then you have to come back down to the double jump to get that experience.
Oh man, that would be so brutal. Oh boy. That being said, our runners are kind of like working their way through. Not sure what. In the bottom left, this is going to be an important moment. Where does Oshi go, and what does he end up doing? He is heading to the Moon Grotto teleporter. Also, in the top right, Meldon has Sea Flame Tree. Where is he going to go to next? Oh no, Oshi opted to go to Blackroot Burrows. Gonna turn in for the Map Zone 3 check, I believe. Or no, he's heading back into Grotto 6, so he's going to be the vault?
I don't think he actually has the Grotto teleporter, because he never went through the Death Gauntlet.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's going down to here, but this is also out of logic.
Is it?
Now. Yeah, because the boulder sequence is out of logic still.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, because you can go through Death Gauntlet, so it should be fine.
You can, but if the bridge falls the wrong way, then you can't re-access this. So.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Oh
okay,
man,
so
Meldon's doing it. He's doing it. Okay, were we right? Is this something, or are we gonna be confounded in a few seconds? Oh, don't die!
Those spikes deal 3 damage. He only has 3 health. It's Grenade! What? Oh, that's... plants.
Oh, jeez, that's such a stupid pickup to get. Now it's time to revisit all of the area that Rory just ran through.
Wow, that's even worse than we could have dreamed of. Meanwhile, Shed is doing a very clever check. He's going to be heading in here to get access to the Death Gauntlet roof, which has a plant, but more importantly, it has a pickup that's gated by Stomp and Clean Water. And this Hollow Grove access that we see Shed already has. So far, so nothing from the plants that Meldon has found. Is this plant over here going to be something crucial for our speedrun? Let's find out in the top right. And is it? Come on, man. Be Glide. One time. No. He's not destroying it with a grenade yet. Okay, he's going to check it in a bit.
Man, Oshi's going down into Blackroot. These skills are horrible for this. I don't even know what he can do.
Man, he can check that one pickup behind the laser. That's about it.
That's about it. He could like go to the grenade tree room, but that path doing that with only wall jump got put into insane for good reason.
Wow.
Shed is gonna go find grenade though. He's on his way up. He's narrowed it down. It's the last thing left.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna see Oshi like check this one thing, and then he is going to probably just go back out immediately to also get grenade. But so far, so nothing from Meldon. Not really shoring up anything. Like it could be the plant at Sea Flame Tree is another check that it could be. There is a plant above the grotto teleporter that if you just like kind of work your way up towards Upper Swamp Loop, because they have Stomp and Grenade, they could check that. But besides that, it's kind of insane. Like this has been a pretty linear seed.
Yeah, that's right. So Rory's going to get started on the Grove kind of area here. He's going to toss a grenade at this plant in the valley entry. It's an ability cell for it. He is now able to go through the spider sack this way, though, so we'll be able to check the vault there. And, well, not much else, but the health cell, get that at least.
Oh my god.
I do want to, like, I believe that there's logical access to the swim at the bottom of Lost Grove right now, which is horrifying. But there's really not much left of it.
Valley long swim sink. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Bless RNG. Please just put the Bless RNGs in chat, guys. We need to see a Valley long swim with only wall jump to get up there and stop. That would be the worst. Oh man, please.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so Shed's gonna dip back down into Grotto since he has a grenade for his team. He'll be able to blow up these plants and get his nothing out of them. Oshi's going in for the glide vault climb to go grab, and you know, Rory's gonna get some new checks in. Meldon is going to go for the swamp loop revisit and see if anything is in these plants because of Keystone. Nothing yet.
Yeah, an interesting note also is, can you actually do this? No, you can't. They're just shy of being able to get over to Stomp Tree, but they could sequence break to in the lower entry to be able to get access to the Swamp Swim to be able to go and check through. Right now, Rory is opening this door in the top left, which is the grenade gate, but he can't make it over in the Spider Sack area because he doesn't have the verticality that he needs yet, and finds some experience for his troubles, but nicely done. Drops a save up top and decides that EXP isn't worth it, and so saves and quits, saying it would take me more than 4 or 5 seconds to be able to backtrack up there to be able to get to the same point. So saving and quitting actually saved him a tiny bit of time. Nice optimization.
Yep, that's right. Shed tosses in mapstone number 4 there. Looks like it was nothing. Oshi did the grenade swim at the start of the game, which I'm not sure if Rory or Meldon did, but it was also just a keystone, so we're narrowing in on those horrible checks.
Okay, Oshi in the bottom left is going to Hollow Grove Teleporter. Does he walk to the left, or does he walk to the right? Oh, he's walking to the right, man.
He's making the sensible play, dang it, Oshi.
Oshi, what are you doing?
There's nothing worse, like, this. If this is actually the Valley Long Swim, both players have already sent a player all the way up there and climbed to get the useless ability cell up top. Is this the seed where we see the wall jump climb twice?
Oh man, I really hope so, Sig. But it's like, we're turning up nothing, right? Rory at the top left is actually doing this check that we saw Shed making earlier. I don't think Shed went back for the plant yet, so Rory is going to have that advantage, and this is in logic. This plant and this like ceiling in the Death Gauntlet area is in logic. So eyes peeled in the top left as Rory is going to be making a fresh check that we didn't see out of any other runner so far. While Meldon in the bottom right, he could be checking that grenade gate in lower Blackroot's sake. That could be another possible location.
Oh, he's going into Blackroot. This is like embracing the pain of this seed. I just want to point out, we just hit 26 minutes here. In the other seed, we were in go mode at 50. Like, they had completed keys and, like, all the skills. We're not even anywhere close this time.
No, we don't have a single Sunstone or Water Vein shard yet, but we have a finished Gumon seal. Like, what the heck, man? This is such a great seed.
And given how this has gone, like, the next thing they're gonna find is, like, Charge Flame, too, and it's not even gonna do anything. Like, we still need so many skills to actually, like, make progress in this seed. Everybody's just jumping around.
Yeah, exactly. Meldon in the top right is going to be doing something interesting. He's actually setting up a save anywhere to set up a zombie Ori state because he can't quite make it over here with just wall jump and iframes. Oh no, he does make it over.
Can he make it up? I feel like you need double jump. Oh, he made it with the stomp. Charge useless.
Yeah, that's going to be nice in late game. I mean, they have a ton of energy anyway, so it's not too crucial. But, you know, Sig, I can't believe I was laughing about this earlier. I actually feel slightly guilty about it, but it's looking more and more like that Valley Long Swim is the place to go because they're running out of locations to check. Like, there really aren't that many pickups left. Just like
that's right. Oh, Shed has found our first Sunstone shard grenade locked to the right of Gitso. This does not help him at all now, but it's useful later. And I think he'll be able to stomp his way to the Drainless cell, which I'm not sure if skill is checked, although I think Meldon came over here after having stomp and grenade, so he probably did check it, and it's probably nothing.
Yeah, I think he ended up doing that. There's the plant over here, so we're gonna see if that plant actually ends up being something. Nope, just experience.
Oh, he didn't even go. Oh, he probably checked this like way earlier. They had stomped like immediately. He would have done the Drainless check way earlier. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, Oshi now back in Glades.
What Bash? Meldon just found Bash. Where was he? I didn't even notice.
I don't know where. Wait, he was in Lower Blackroot. It was the grenade gate in Lower Blackroot, right? That was the only other check he could have done. Yeah, it's the grenade blob in Lower Blackroot. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Darn it! So close to being the worst case scenario, but that one is especially bad. And we're seeing Oshi make the play for the Valley Long Swim. I mean, something could still be over here, but this definitely gives Team Skillless quite an advantage heading into this. I can't believe I'm saying this mid-game portion of the seed sig.
Yeah, Bash is like the skill. It makes so many things so easily accessible. It speeds you up a lot. Like, they can do tons of things now. Like, left side is open. Meldon is able to check all these pickups that were left behind before because he had no verticality. He can enter swamp. He can swim around. It's just beautiful. So everybody's got to go.
Yeah, Oshi opts to say, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to do the Valley Long Swim. And maybe he actually thought of the grenade block. Oshi had already been down here to try and make something work with one of the other pickups in lower black root, but he did not have the capability of checking the grenade block because he didn't have grenade, right? But now he does, and so he is going to be opting to go back in here before the Valley Long Swim, which is a really smart play on his part, and he is actually going to be able to find a Bash for his team as well. This is such a very important play for Team Heavy.
Yeah, so Skill is coming up with a bit of an advantage. Oh, they've actually narrowed it down. Look at this. Oshi has not even found Bash yet, but Shed is coming down here. I think they've ran out of things they're willing, and they're like, it has to be Blackroot. So this is actually really good because Shed and actually Shed's gonna beat Rory to Bash despite the fact that Oshi's only finding it now. So this race is incredibly close, and we have 5 giant questions remaining, which is where are the shards?
Oh man, Oshi alt-Ring there. I was actually kind of hoping that we would have seen Oshi just head over to Light Grenade Tree and just like do it right now. I mean, you're already down here and really close to the tree, so you could be able to knock that out of the way and grab a slight tree vantage. But it's not too much time. It's maybe going to be an additional like 20 or 30 seconds to be able to backtrack down there to get to the tree. And maybe they'll find some nicer skills to make getting through that second laser a little bit easier. But now we see our runners being able to have this verticality, right? This is one of the most difficult scenarios, isn't it, Sig? I mean, like, you have this situation where you have Bash Grenade, and there's so many places they've already been to that have 1, 2 pickups that they weren't able to check because they didn't have that back. So, like, how do you even prioritize going through the rest of the seed, Sig?
Yeah, seriously. Rory got himself into a bit of a sticky situation. He wanted to check the... Actually, hold that thought. Shed found a Sunstone Shard using Bash Grenade on his way back up to Light Grenade, so that's pretty significant. But Rory had to ult-out of that, and he's going to have to teleport back in because he got himself stuck down behind the Crushers. He didn't want to do the reverse Crushers lure crap. So, that second Sunstone Shard... Oh, Glide for Meldon! Wow!
Wow, that is a really great find from Meldon. Glide is one of the pickups they were missing last game that would have helped to make the Final Escape a little bit more forgiving. I mean, they did have rocket jumps anyway, so Final Escape was fine, but having Glide when restored is going to get them some easy access. Like this pickup we see in the top right, Meldon checking now, boom. But it was just experience, but still, that's peace of mind. They know they're not going to have to revisit Swamp to be able to get that check later on.
Yeah, that's right. And depending on when Oshi and Shed go Swamp, they may or may not find that Glide because it's in a pickup that's like slow to check if you're already committing to finishing the game. You're still looking for shards at the time that they go in there, and they'll probably get it, but we'll have to see how it all shakes.
Yeah, in bottom right, Shed doing some excellent double bashes to be able to make his way over to the Light Grenade Tree. And he's going to be able to check some additional pickups here, right? This grenade-gated pickup, he's going to be heading over and checking. I really like this play from Shed. And then he's going to have that Light Grenade Tree vantage, as we see from our other 3 runners who opted to end up not making that play.
All right, so we get 386 experience off that, which
wow.
It's a bit of a tell that Dash is nowhere, but in the meantime, Meldon, in the Swamp Swim, picks up Water Vein Shard number 1.
All right, I'm getting a lot of, like, water feelings, right, from that first Water Vein Shard, right? So there's many other places with water, right? There's still Valley Long Swim that we haven't been to, but more importantly, like, we're in the fall, right? And so in the Northern Hemisphere, things are starting to cool down. So I'm getting a bit of chill down my spine just thinking about Forlorn's sake.
Oh man, we have that full Gumon seal for both teams, so that's some spooky stuff. I'm feeling a bit of a shiver here myself. Rory has zombied into Light Grenade. He also picked up the Sunstone Shard that was on the way down to this, so they have that knowledge. Look at these same checks in that Shed did, and the runners now just kind of struggling to find their way forward. But there are options now, unlike 8 minutes ago when we had nothing. Bash was hidden. Meldon is going to be our first player who breaks into the left side. The seat is a nightmare, so of course they don't have a teleporter. He's got to enter the normal way, but there's a lot of pickups along the way, so at least he gets to check those.
This is a really smart play from Meldon here. I mean, like, clearly nobody has been to the left side yet because we're watching all 4 runners. But, I mean, Bash and Stomp, that's, like, the prerequisite to be able to get over here, right? And then you also end up having Glide, right? Glide, when restored, gets him access to Sorrow, right? Sorrow can be a pain in the butt to enter a lot of the times, but with Glide, when restored, he's going to be able to work up there and not have to worry about anything like Sorrow Bash, and that is a very pickup-dense section, especially with Grenade, where you can just guarantee that you can end up checking every single pickup in there. The only place in Sorrow that is gated for our runners is going to be, like, Sunstone, right? And nobody wants to go up there anyway.
Yeah. And speaking of Sorrow, the first pickup in the Valley entry after he got past the Stomp Peg was the Sorrow TP, which is kind of nice, but he might just enter the normal way. Now, I want to bring attention to Meldon on the top right here. He has skipped the fast Stompless pickup, despite the fact that he does not have dash. He's going to try to make it with just pure bashes, which is possible if his movement is good, and it's looked pretty good to me. Ooh, he had to jump on that wall, but he gets to the thing. His shot missed.
Oh, yeah, the shot was just slightly off, I guess, or maybe he didn't travel far enough away, like, fast enough. So he's going to opt to, like, head back up here. We're going to see if he opts to do another fast Stompless, or if he's just going to cross the cutscene trigger. I really like this heads-up play from Meldon. This doesn't really cost too much time, and if you miss fast Stompless the second time, at that point, you're just kind of, like, eating
he can just go to Sorrow, too. Like, he doesn't even
dude.
This. I'd like to see him go straight up. We'll see.
Oh.
No. Maybe.
Yeah, setting up a grenade bash chain here with just 2 grenades also works. Is going to check this. It is the second Water Vein Shard. That is a pickup that you don't normally think of, but doubles, you know, hopefully we see Team Heck also make that play. But, I mean, they're 1 Water Vein Shard away from being able to get access to Ginso Tree Sake. This is really huge for Team Skillless.
Yeah, Heck is doing Swamp kind of Oshi from below, Shed from above right now. Oshi finds that first Water Vein Shard in the swim, so Shed will have to do that. But it is looking pretty nice for Skillless, as you say. They're up on shards, and Meldon has broken into the left side, where Rory's just at his leisure checking everything that's left to the right that they hit.
Oh no, Sake. Oshi in the bottom left, ended up maybe taking a death. Does he not have that Water Vein Shard anymore? I actually don't know. Oh man, that's real brutal. So Oshi is going to have to do that entire swim over again, which does take quite a bit of time. Luckily, Bash does speed it up quite a bit, but it's just, oh man, that's too bad.
Yeah, and interesting thing is, Shed didn't swim either, so what it might be is they're holding the memory of that Water Vein Shard, and then they're gonna, like, get some tree progress on the left coming up here, and, you know, maybe they just find the rest of them along the way. They don't have to go back, and even if they do have to go back, you just go from Grotto TP, you do the swim, you can swim it again. So it's not a great situation, but it's there. And yeah, as we see the pop up on the tree, can confirm that Oshi does not have that Water Vein Shard in his inventory anymore.
Yeah, and I like this heads-up play from Shed. He is going to indeed check this grenade-gated pickup, so he is going to find out where Glide is, and that is really important information for Team Hack. Having Glide when restored when you head to the left side is going to be really, really nice. Meanwhile, in the top left, Rory is making his way down into the swim. Look at this heads-up play, right? He's clearly communicating with his teammates because he skipped that first pickup in the swim because he knew it was nothing. So he's going to opt to drop the save because he didn't have water breathing yet, but dropped the save and leveled it up. And now he's going to grab his Water Vein Shard and then head back out immediately. Great.
Yeah, speaking of teammate communication, Meldon's got more words to say because he picked up the full Sunstone on Kuro's perch. They found the last shard, so they only need 1 more Water Vein Shard, and they're good to go to the finish, and with a pretty nice skill set for it as well. So, you know, Shed and Oshi just now picking up Glide. Shed is okay. He is going to do this swim now. He just wanted to do it on the way out. Oshi, I think, will be going for the same thing, and now it's time for Shed and Oshi to go left, but is it too late for them? I mean, it just looks really nice for Skillless in this situation. 1 more Water Vein Shard could be along their way somewhere, could just make a big difference, but the fact that they haven't explored Sorrow yet could also throw some intrigue into this, because, you know, what if the rest of the water vein is buried in second half Misty? Will Meldon go there when there's so many pickups in Sorrow? Will he just leave at the tree?
Yeah, this is kind of an interesting conundrum, especially in these slowdown seed like scenarios too. There's like so many pickups that just were sort of unchecked, right? I mean, we joked about it, but lower grotto, right? There's so many double jump gated or bash grenade gated pickups that they didn't check because they didn't find bash for the first like 30 minutes of the seed. And so having been so thorough in those sections can kind of like draw you away from them themselves. So I don't know if Shed and Oshi do make that play to check that, that could pay off. But if they do make checks like that, then while Meldon and Rory are heading through the left side of the map and able to get through these sections, and if they find one more water vein shard, that's it. They're pretty much go mode.
Yeah, the dream for Skillos would be that one of the next 2 pickups for Meldon is a water vein shard. You know, the plus side of doing Misty first before Sorrow is that all of the pickups in Misty are super fast to get along your way. You have to go through this path anyways, whereas in Sorrow you kind of have to go off the beaten track a little bit to check all the stuff rather than just tree rushing. But there are so many more pickups in Sorrow, so the big question coming up here, top right, Meldon's screen, is he going to continue to the second half of Misty, or will he leave at the tree?
All right, here we go. So he's in that tree animation sequence. He is at 7 of 10 trees. That is a lot. He only needs 3 more to finish, and he is continuing through Misty.
All right, so you know, this could be a way for Skillos back in, but to get back into the race. But it's kind of going to depend on placements. Like, if Meldon does this and finds a shard, then that's going to be, you know, go mode for them. But if the shards are just like easily accessible in Sorrow, this could just be a waste of time for Meldon. There's no way to know. That's rando. You got to pick one. And also showing that second half of Misty is not so easy when you don't have double jump or charge jump to help you out. He's going for bash grenade chains, but navigation is difficult. Gets up there that time though. Very nice.
Yeah, this is like so insanely difficult. Like it's so crazy because like in all skills, like all these runners have speed run all skills, and that's like the primary category of Ori, and usually have like everything in here besides light grenade of all pickups. And so it's so easy to just like underestimate how difficult a lot of these sections are, right? Meldon in the top right has to do this like platform puzzle, but usually you have a bit of verticality and you have climb to be able to easily navigate through them. But that being said, he's doing a really great job. Going to jump over to this last platform, bash grenade up, nicely done. But finds a Sunstone Shard sig for his trouble, so that's going to cut off maybe some of the pickups that he's going to have to check that his teammate was able to find to finish out that Sunstone. But I guess kind of a question for you, Sig, if you don't mind, is we've been sort of like focused on the progress of the map, but is there any real difficult portion left in the seed? Like, do they have the skills they need to be able to easily get through the final escape?
The final escape, actually, hang on a sec. The final escape does have some intrigue to it. I'm sure you're asking because you noticed, but they have to stomp into the fire in the elemental room to break that wall. There's no other way to do it unless they know that micro ledge set up on the left side, but that I would say is inconsistent at best, and if they've practiced it at all. So that can be a little annoying, but because we have clean water, everybody does have the health for it. So it is a skill go mode. And as for navigating the rest of the world, Horu would be pretty uncomfortable without a double jump, but it's doable. Unfortunately, it's doable, and the rando knows it, so it might be putting water insurance in there.
Yeah, for sure. And so we're going to see, like, where our runners opt to dig. I mean, the big area right now...
Oh my god, he found one. 4th Keystone and Misty.
Wow, that's it. That's the finished Sunstone, a finished Water Vein for Team Skillless. Now, Shed is on the left side of the map. Oshi is heading over there now. And so is Rory. I mean, Rory's already in Misty's sake, so he knows to finish out Misty and be able to get that final Water Vein shard. This is going to be big, though, for Shed on the left, so definitely keep your eyes peeled over there. Is he going to find a Water Vein shard here? If he does, this could be huge for Team Heck. Not having to do the second half of Misty, which is insanely difficult and also really time intensive with the skills that they have, could like bring them back in this race.
Yeah, and by the same token, like he didn't find anything in the checks he did, and then he decided to alt from there. So I'm curious to see where he's going to go next. And Yeah, he's going to come down from the top, so he's going to check the tree. If there is one shard along the way, then Shed can save, you know, a big portion of time. And this is one, like, little criticism I can raise to Rory and Meldon's routing in this situation, is Rory should have done Misty last, because if there's just, like, a shard on the Sorrow tree, or, like, on the way down from Sorrow, then he would save a lot of time by just getting it there. But, you know, it's kind of a minor thing, and it's not too likely to happen. You know, as Meldon picks up the C-Jump tree, we see that it didn't happen.
Yeah, Meldon just altars immediately, so he is going to go for that Misty play, right? So he's going to head on over to Misty and be able to work through the... Oh no, Meldon was the one who went through Misty. What am I talking about? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, oh, Shed took a bit of a death. He was trying to... Or actually, no, now he's going to head to the other side, so it might have been actually been intentional that he wants to approach C-Jump from the outside, because then he can just float on out and stomp to, you know, the exit of Sorrow that way. But he's having some trouble with this trick. You know, not having that good air mobility with double jump is problematic for him. And, you know, Oshi's now searching the bottom of Valley, so it's every moment that passes without Shed and Oshi finding a Water Vein shard is a moment that Skillless is progressing to the end, and they're still searching.
Yeah, and the good news for us, Sig, is that we know Water Vein can't be in Ginso, and there's not really that many like areas left around the map that could house those Water Vein shards. I mean, like Forlorn's the big one in like Lower Valley, but it's just so crazy. But I mean, also like there's so many pickups on the right side of the map that were just double jump gated or verticality gated that our runners weren't able to get access to. So Water Vein shards could be buried over there. Like imagine one's just like outside a double jump tree at that EXP down there. Nobody's going to go down for that, especially when you have the second half of Misty to check. When we see Oshi now heading through Misty, and this could spell doom for Team Heck in this game and bring us to a Game 3 sake.
Yeah, that's right. Basically, you know, the time may have already ticked away too much. Like Meldon and Rory have very great tree progress right now. Even if Shed and Oshi were to finish their Water Vein, you know, out of thin air, like without having to do the second half of Misty immediately, then they still might be too far behind. But you know, like that's just gonna push us to Game 3, and that's what the people want to see.
Yeah, for sure. And so this is going to be interesting to see how this pans out. Rory doing an excellent job of also moving through Misty. He actually did some really intense damage boosting, and without double jump, without charge jump, without dash, it was actually very impressive to watch. So really nicely done from Rory as he's working through. And Oshi now is going to be about halfway through this first portion. He got up through the vertical shaft to be able to bring him to the first quote-unquote keystone location, which was only EXP, but it's going to be signifying that he is getting closer and closer to Climb Tree. So we are going to see if he opts to continue on in Misty. Like that's the only other worst case scenario, is if Oshi opts to just not continue through Misty.
Yeah, that would be pretty scary for Team Heck. I think it is pretty likely that he will continue, though, because Shed has gotten a lot of Sorrow checks. He'll be able to go to left Sorrow by the time that Oshi gets, you know, to the... And that'll just mean that, you know, there's not much left for them to check unless they want to wander down to Forlorn. But it makes sense to have Oshi continue, because, like, even if Shed starts Misty, as Oshi hits the Climb Tree, Oshi will have the knowledge for the second half by the time Shed needs it. But, you know, all that said, Skillless, they're just on a tree cleanup right now. Meldon is into that Ginso tree himself as Rory is getting to C-Jump, and they are kind of primed to just head straight towards the end of the game as soon as they finish up these last couple trees.
Yeah, so this is going to be really crazy. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled for the bottom right-hand portion of your screen. This is going to be so important. Shed needs to find like a Water Vein shard here for them to be able to have like a really substantial fighting chance, or for Rory and Meldon to have some struggles with getting through the final escape. I mean, they're in Ginso, so it's like Ginso is really not bad with this skill set. But Oshi in the bottom left now is at Climb Tree, and we're going to see if he opts to continue on, or if Shed is going to be able to find that final Water Vein shard.
Yep, this is the moment to look at Oshi. Has control, and he will continue. So they will find the Water Vein shard. Unfortunately for them, it's like basically impossible to win off of this Water Vein shard, or maybe any Water Vein shard. As we can see, Rory's heading into Genso for his last tree. Meldon's already at the mini boss. Like, there's still trees and searching, and there isn't even anything on left Star, so all that time spent on that yielded them nothing as well. Jeez.
Wow. You know, Sig, this is like one of the most impressive and really awesome parts of Randomizer for me, is that like these teams, they had two of the hardest types of seeds. The first one was a jet seed, but they were still missing something, right? They like wall interaction was not there for Team Skillless in that first game, whereas here it was like they had to really push their knowledge of the logic and push their knowledge of what actually is possible in the randomizer to be able to find that next bit of progression. And both teams have just put on such an impressive display. I really hope Team Skillless does walk away with a win here, and we get to see them play another seed, because these teams have been doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, that's right. And oh man, Oshi's having a lot of trouble with the second half of Misty. That's not the first time that he's died like near that third T-stone and gone all the way back to climb. So just like, you know, a matter of not making saves closer. Like we saw Meldon struggle with this part as well, but he had a save like right where Oshi's standing now. So every time he died, he saved like 30 seconds on running back. And now Oshi will save, but that's kind of just like a rando thing. It's sort of a kind of anti-team heck thing. They're kind of characterized by taking these large deaths just from forgetting to save, because, you know, they'll just get you sometimes.
Oh heck.
Oh heck.
Yeah,
there's
so
a bird.
Yeah, there's a bird,
Hashtag
top right. Hashtag team story time. That being said though, Meldon, I mean, is he done? I believe he's moving towards the final escape, so maybe he is comfortable with this type of scenario. I mean, having clean water is definitely going to help out a lot. They can take that damage boost in that one room that you mentioned with the vertical wall that they have to break by using Stomp. So looks like Meldon is comfortable with this Sig, so he is going to be heading to the final escape. If he is able to get through there without any struggle, this is going to be huge for Team Skillless, because they are going to be the first to cross the finish line. And at the end of the day, it's the average time between the two runners that ends up deciding which team is victorious. And so that first place finish, yeah, that's pretty invaluable. And it looks like Meldon is on one heck of a race.
Yeah, that's right. But as you say, like, that room can be troubling. I'm not sure if he has Ultra Defense or not right now. If he does have it, then everything's okay. He can take 2 fire hits. If not, he can only take 1. 1 is enough for that, though. The Elemental will shoot you fast enough, usually, to get out of the fire in time, but sometimes it can be a bit... Kind of, like, depends on how you... like, where on the wall you stomp from as to how it gets baited. It's really weird, but we'll get to see Meldon's adventures with it very soon.
All right, and Meldon in the top right is going for Door Warp. This is a 1-frame trick. And he gets it first try, Sig. That's so awesome. I mean, in the first game, we saw him have a bit of a struggle with Door Warp, and just nailing that first try must just feel so good for him, being able to close that trick out.
Yeah, that's right. Making it look easy, it's not easy, of course. And Rory is close behind him. I like this from, like, Skillless, I think more so than any other team tends to finish close to each other. Not that, like, that indicates really like that your route was good or bad if you're finishing far apart. It's just kind of decisions you made, but it's just like seems like it always works out that they're in the escape almost at the same time a lot of the time, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So in the top left, Rory's going for Door Warp, gets through there. Nicely done, Rory. And, you know, an important note also, Sig, is that Oshi was having enough struggles with Misty that Shed just kind of, like, tag-teamed and tapped in. Be like, you know what? No, I got this, man. I'll check the rest. But the problem is Oshi's already made it to the next skill tree. So if Shed actually ends up finding the Water Vein Shard here, which I imagine he will, he is going to be... like Oshi's going to have to travel all the way back into Misty.
No, he got it. He found
he did?
There. Yeah.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay, excuse me.
We just missed it in all the excitement. But Meldon, in the meantime, has gotten through that elemental room, taking only 1 fire hit, doing it the best that you can do it, and he's on his swim. And, well, he doesn't really have a great way to do any speed-ups in this last room, so he's just going to glide up the edge of this wind current, sneak past the Kuro spawn trigger. He'll just be able to bash up to the finish. Let's watch Rory's experiences. Ooh, takes 2 hits, does not have Ultra Defense, so he is dead. But he has lots of time to work with. He will not feel that way as he's playing right now, but he's okay.
Yeah, and GG to Meldon. I mean, finishing in first there is definitely going to be really nice, and Rory is so close behind. I mean, this is just like really huge for Team Skillless. Meldon's like, you know what, I'm done, man. Like, even if you make another mistake, we got this, dude. Like, I love that aspect of the randomizer, and of course, they don't know where Team Heck is. Like, I mean, Team Heck came like out of nowhere in the final one and was able to close those 4 seconds. So I'm sure Team Skillless is feeling a bit of pressure, right? Like that finish line moment is probably one of the most stressful, but Rory is at the finish line itself. One more room for him.
Yeah, that's right. Shed and Oshi, they're both close to finishing. I think that they've both hit 9 trees and they just have to finish the Ginso tree, but just because of the order that they searched to the left, you know, they were so much slower getting to that water vein shard that they're going to be several minutes back. I don't think that reflects how close the race actually was, given, you know, the way things went. Just look at race 1 for the the close finish if you want, but man, game 3 of this series is going to be intense.
Yeah, you know, Sig, like, I mean, Meldon, the first one to find that bash pickup, but then Oshi and Shed, like, both of them ended up going for bash at the same time, like shortly thereafter Meldon. So the story of this race really came down to when Meldon decided to go to the left side of the map first. And like that sort of decision making is just so difficult, and especially in a seed like this, like 54 minutes is the first place finish time, right? It took them 30 minutes to be able to find that bash progression because it was in one of the worst possible locations. Like there was only one other spot that it could have been that would have been worse. It's just so crazy to see. So definitely major shout outs to Meldon as well as Rory. They're going to be pulling a win here in this game, which ends up meaning that we will get to see a game 3 tomorrow.
Yes, dude. That's, I'm sure, what a lot of people were hoping for going in. And despite the fact that they're taking a loss in this seed 2, I'm sure, you know, to some extent, Shed and Oshi will be happy that it's going to be a good match. And like, when you're playing a seed like this, you kind of know as well. It's like from the 40 minutes on, and you're like watching, it's like, did they find Dash somewhere that we just completely forgot about? Oh man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like we had seeds like this earlier today, right? And so
yeah, game 2 is a cursed seed apparently.
Oh my goodness, yeah, game number 2, and so we're gonna see if the curse of the prime numbers continues on when we hit game 3, or maybe it's the curse of the even numbers that ends up being in game 3 for both the grand finals as well as the 3rd place match will be kind. I'm so pumped for tomorrow. It's gonna be a great day for Ori Rando.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, Skillless with 54-51 average time. It's like,
wow,
that's really slow by their standards, but there was no way to play this seed fast. Like it was just pain all the way down.
You know what? No dash, no charge jump, and having it the 3rd to last pickup in Misty be the final water vein chart for both of these teams, and we're seeing like potentially everybody getting a sub 1 hour seed. That's just like that's actually really impressive to me. I'm not gonna lie. This is not an easy situation to be able to work through.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, Shed and Oshi, they're gonna be onto the final scape as well. We'll see how this goes for them. I think they're gonna probably nail this. Yeah, their health is fine. I guess it doesn't really matter if you have 7 health or 8 health because you get 2 shot anyways. Unless they have Ultra Defense, in which case they get 3 shot anyways. That's more than they need, so.
Yeah. Aw, yeah. All right, Shed. Bottom right is going to be heading for door warp, while in the top left, Oshi making it over lava swim skip. Nicely done. Gets over that instant death lava kill plane with some nice bash gliding, returning to neutral inputs, get a little bit of extra speed. Nicely done. Double bashing those banelings off of the ground is actually like really finicky. And it doesn't work the grand majority of the time. Shed, the bottom right, going for a bit of memeage. Is going to check validation. It's a
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Of course. No heckin' way, dude. Oh man. Wow. The significance of that. Okay, so imagine the requirements to finish the seed. You need the skills, you need a finished sunstone, you need a finished water vein. right? Where was their last Water Vein shard to be able to get them access to Ginso Tree for that final skill tree? That's right, it was at the end of Misty. No one wants to go there. And then another Water Vein shard? Yeah, it was at like the last possible pickup in Mount Horu in Logic. That's unbelievably funny, dude. What a seed.
Water Vein shards like to hang out with their buddies too, so I wouldn't be surprised if the final 5th Water Vein shard is either in Horu as well, or like one of the later pickups in Misty that nobody was going to go check because they already had the water. We're seeing nice job from Shed, getting into that elemental room, gets the stomp, and catches the shot, so he is through on the first try. We'll see how Oshi's pass through this goes. This is definitely the hardest part of the escape right here with these skulls. Stomping down. Oh, the elemental late shot. Oh, he has ultra defense, but he actually took 3 hits because the elemental just completely ignored him.
The elemental did not want to give him that amount of attention. But Shed now in the final room itself. All he has to do is bash off of these rocks here, and he gets through, and Shed is going to cross the finish line for Team Heck. He's going to be the first teammate, and Oshi on the left is coming back up to the most difficult part of this escape. So here we go. We're going to see him come up to this wall. He's going to stomp down, try and get the aggro on the elemental. He gets out. Nicely done from Oshi with plenty of health to spare sake.
Yeah, we saw the one-hit execution from him there because the elemental shot right away, so he was able to bash out quickly before the fire caught up to him. He's able to get through this swim, leaves the fish in the water because they're of no use to him, and he can just grenade or glide past the curl trigger combination, and he will also be able to just bash his way to victory now. So Heck will be finishing not quite under an hour because their movement was so slow without dash. There's nothing to do, but they've defeated this seed, and they've shown us the validation of Water Vein shard as well. My goodness.
Yeah, and I think like the 5 or 6 minutes like differential here between the two teams really does not quite tell the story of how insanely close this seed was as well. Like in these starved situations, it's so difficult to continue to compartmentalize. And then once you get that one bit of like progression, right, that power skill, bash, right, it completely changes the playing field. You need to start considering the seed in a different light. And like 30 minutes in, that's how long it took them to finish the first seed, right? And now they're expected to spend 30 minutes trying to rake their brain in the worst potential locations for that progression, and then end up having to do that a second time for another 30 minutes. Oh my goodness. So I've just been so impressed today by both teams here working through these past like 2, if not 2.5 seeds, Sig.
Yeah. Shed will be finishing up now. He actually went AFK during the final sequence. We had some suspense in the SRL as Oshi was wondering if he could finish first before Shed got back and take his SRL points, but it wasn't meant to be today. So Shed will get that 101-12. Oshi with 101-27. So all in all, as you said, well played by both teams. Good job making it through that nightmarish seed. I hope they get, this is like, it's like Goldilocks, right? They get the seed that's too fast for seed number 1. This is the seed that's too slow, so we might get some nice average, normal seed tomorrow for game 3. We'll see.
Yeah, that sounds good to me, man. So here we're going to see a victory there for Team Skillless, being able to pull a win here in this best of 3 series for the 3rd place match, going for that 3rd place finish, and they have put on quite a fight today, guys. I am just so pumped to see what ends up happening for our runners tomorrow. That being said, major thanks to Kyrfell and Hydra, who were behind the scenes trucking for us for both of these games, as well as to Stinger PA for restreaming for us today. And thank you, Sig, for helping with commentary.
Yep, it's been a pleasure. We will be back tomorrow with Game 3 of both the first series that was played and this series tomorrow on some speed gaming channel, which hasn't been set yet. So come back for those, and we'll see you guys there.
Yeah, and a quick note about that: the scheduled time is for 3 p.m. Eastern. In America, United States of America ends up seeing daylight savings time tonight or rather tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. And so that being said, we will make sure to tweet out and from various accounts and stuff, but just make sure to keep track of speed gaming, check out the schedule there, and we will make sure to let you guys know when that time is exactly going to start. But right now it's for 3 p.m. Eastern. See you then.